I pretended to Princess Margaret that I was deaf.
You pretended to Princess Margaret that you were deaf?
Yeah.
Why did you pretend you were deaf?
Because I needed I needed to explain that I didn't understand what she was saying.
What did she say?
She said, "What are you going to say?"
And how did you find out that's what she'd said?
Because I pretended to be deaf.
She
So
said,
she then said it
So
loudly
did
and
you have-
clearly.
What?
So did you have someone signing to you then?
Well, she came up to me, and if you remember, she spoke in a sort of very Princess Margaret sort of voice, and so she said, we met and we were introduced, and she said, "Oh, go here, yeah."
And you said?
And I said, "I beg your pardon, ma'am," and she said, yeah. And I said, "Yes," and she said, "What do you mean, yes?" And I said, "I'm terribly sorry. I didn't quite catch what you said then, ma'am. I am a little deaf."
And she said?
"What are you going to say?"
And what were you going to say?
What?
What was the answer to the... What was the answer to the question? What were you going to say? What is the answer to that question?
I haven't thought it through yet.
You mean you talking to me now or to Princess Margaret?
Princess Margaret.
So you said to Princess... the answer should have been, I haven't thought it through yet.
Yeah.
But what did you end up saying?
That's what I said to her. I haven't quite thought it through yet.
But what... The answer... No.
Yeah.
I'm asking, she said, what are you going to say?
Yes.
He said, I haven't thought it through yet. And
Yes.
what I want to know is, what were you going to say in the thing that you were supposed to say?
Oh, I was going to make a speech.
And what were you going to say?
He hadn't thought it through.
I hadn't thought it through at that stage.
What did you say?
Something about art.
Pardon?
Art.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
No, I said I had to make.
Oh, that's better. You can hear better with your glasses on, can't you?
Yeah, I can see you because I can see your lips moving now, and probably I might be able to read them.
Okay.
It was a competition. It was an art competition.
Were you in it?
And I was giving prizes.
Oh, you were
to the
giving
people.
prizes?
Yeah, and she'd been invited along as a royal member of royalty. And so I met her, and I couldn't understand a word she was saying, so I had to lie
and pretend you were deaf.
And it all went horribly wrong.
Lee, what are you going to say? Is that true, do you think?
What do you think, Susanna?
I think it's true.
Think it's true?
I think it's true. You can't stand there going, "Hey, you what?" I think Griff would try and just smooth his way out of it.
Yeah. He's a smoothie,
I think it's true.
He's an old smoothie. I think it's true.
You think it's true? Griff, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
What? It's true.
It's true. Yes, it's true.